math lessons. Today we're gonna learn all about triangles. Triangles are special polygons that always have 3 sides and 3 angles. And that's what the word triangle means. Tri means 3, angles mean angles. Okay, that's easy enough. 3 sides and 3 angles. But what else is there to know about triangles? Well, for starters, we're gonna learn how to classify triangles. There's 2 different ways how to classify or organize triangles. They can be classified by their sides and they can be classified by their angles. Let's start classifying triangles by their angles since we've already learned a lot about angles in the previous videos.
Remember from our video about angles that there's 3 types of angles. There's acute angles, there's right angles, and obtuse angles. Well, watch what happens if we use the third line and each of these angles to form closed shapes. Triangles! And can you guess what these 3 different kinds of triangles are called? Yep, the one made from right angles is called right triangle. The one made from acute angle is called acute triangle. And the one made from obtuse angle is called an obtuse triangle. So that's simple enough, but notice that for each of our 3 triangles, the new angles that were formed when we close the shapes are all acute angles. So triangles always have at least 2 acute angles, and it's other angle that determines what type it is. That's important to know so you don't get tricked. For any given triangle, just because you see one acute angle, that doesn't mean it's an acute triangle. You have to look at all the angles to tell if it is an acute triangle. The situation is easier with right and obtuse triangle because you can only have one right or one obtuse angle per triangle. So as soon as you spot one of those kind of angles, you know what type of triangle you have. Now, can you guess this triangle? What triangle is this? Right, this one is right triangle and this one is acute triangle. And how about this one? This one is obtuse triangle. Good job! First of all, if all 3 sides of a triangle are exactly the same length, then we call it an equilateral triangle. You can easily remember the name because it sounds like it has the word equal in it. See this one? 3 equal sides. Now, we have a triangle that has only 2 equal sides, and that's called an isosceles triangle. See this one? We can compare the sides and 2 of them are the same and 1 of them are different. And finally, to see the third possibility, let's move. Now, all the sides are different lengths. This type of a triangle is called a scalene triangle. So those are the 3 possibilities when classifying triangles by their sides. Let's see how you can use them both together. Yep, you can use them both at the same time. If you can classify triangles both by their angles and by their sides, it turns out that there are several possible combinations. To see what I mean, let's list the 3 classifications by their sides: scalene, isosceles, equilateral. And then 3 classification by angle: acute, right, and obtuse. In the same way, a scalene triangle can be an acute triangle, and like this one. And a scalene and right triangle can be like this triangle. Scalene and obtuse can be like these triangles. And in the same way, an isosceles triangle can also be acute like this, and or right angle like this, or also obtuse like this. But things are different when it comes to an equilateral triangle. An equilateral triangle is always an acute triangle because all three sides are exactly the same. All three angles must also be exactly the same. And since we can have more than one right angle in a triangle or more than one obtuse angle, all the angles in equilateral triangle must be acute. Okay, now that you know all about how triangles are classified, let's learn one more really important thing about triangles. Triangles are always made up of three angles. Each of those angles has its own measurement in degree. And the important thing is that those three angles measure, if you combine them, they will add up to 180 degrees. Okay, let's see this one. A plus B plus C is equal 180 degrees. So if we have this triangle, one of the angles is 70 degrees and another is 30 degrees. Can we guess the yellow angles? So what we have to do is we have to figure it out by adding all of the angles. Would be 180 degrees. So 30 plus 70 is 100 degrees, and 100 degrees plus what number become 180, so we just have to subtract it. 180 degree minus 100 degree, it's 80 degree. Let's try another one. This one, there is one angle is 52 degree, another angle is right angle which is 90 degree. So what is the third angle? So we have to add all of the angles. It should be 180 degree. 142 plus what number become 180 degree, so we just have to subtract it, and the result is 38 degree. Okay, there is the math class after you watch this video. So you have to draw all the type of angles on your notebook. We have learned there are 6 type of angles, and you have to do the learner's book page 112 and 113. Please do it on your notebook and post your work through my WhatsApp or Class Dojo, and that's all.
Well, that's all about the triangle in this video. Remember, the key to learning math is to do it. So be sure to practice by doing the exercise for this lesson. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.